This Audi has 4 wheels.
It also has 4-wheel drive.
It also has 4 doors.
Now that makes it a little bit different to the normal A3 Audi.
I was just checking that it really did have 4 doors.
It does actually have 4 doors, which means you can actually take 4 people inside this car. Now, if you look at the front, yes, it's distinctly Audi with the 4 circles over here, which is very much like the Olympic Games. Now, the whole difference between this and a normal Audi is this one's got the S badge. And the S badge means, well, you're going to get some extra performance. This one also has the full kit on it as well, called the Sportback. Okay, so you've got new front bumpers, you've got side sills, you've got rear bumpers, etc., etc. But the main thing about this car is the engine. The engine is a 2-litre, 4-cylinder, turbo-driven car, which pushes out a massive 296 horsepower, which is a lot of horsepower. 0 to 105 seconds.
Yeah, it's quick.
It's very good.
Listen, I've been in an S3 before. We haven't driven this one yet, but I have to say that I do have a lot of respect for those little letters over there, because I do know this car is properly quick. As they say in the classics, it's like off a stick.
Yeah, something like that. Now the whole thing about it is for 630,000 rand, this is brand new with 400 k's on the clock. It's available here, of course, at the Imperial collection. The question is, who around has got 630,000 rand to buy themselves a little hot hatch 4-door?
630,000. That's a lot of cash.
It's a lot of
Well,
money.
look, it's a lot of car. And if you consider that the rand dollar, rand euro, rand pound is up to paw, you want to expect that with the import duties and all of that, because this surely is not made local.
No.
This is an imported car. But 630,000 rand is a lot of money for the car. So let's have a look inside and see if what you're going to pay for the car is justified.
So here we are inside the Audi S3 Sportback. We turn on the ignition and we get the little pop-up screen which allows us navigation, telephone system, radio, media, etc., etc., and little buzzing noises. The wonderful thing is it's got the S-tronic gear shift. Okay, it's a fully automatic car, but it's also paddle shift.
Okay,
so you can change. It's got the magnificent DSG gearbox inside it. It is a treat to drive. It's really fast. I must say I like what they've done with the interior. That really looks nice, very clean.
It's a very clean little layout.
It is very clean. Now the thing about it is yes, you've got a very nice racing kind of steering wheel over here. You can do everything on the steering wheel as well. So change radio station channels up and down. You can navigate from here. You can use your telephone, etc., etc. You got cruise control once you're doing 120 kilometers an hour. All of the lights have got the auto phase as well. So if it gets a little bit dark, then of course the lights go on as well. This is not dissimilar to most cars that you get nowadays.
Sasha, you've said nothing remarkable.
This is the thing. The remarkable thing is in the drive itself. But for 630,000 rand, I'm saying magnificent car. But let's just think what you could get. You could get a 1 Series BM,
yep.
You know, the 135, something
yep.
like that, etc. You can get the Ford ST, which is probably about 200 grand cheaper, even more. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's not as powerful, but it's just as much fun. I'm not overly convinced by it.
The only thing that I've noticed in this car that that sets it apart from either of those cars that you've just mentioned is really one thing in this little dashboard here.
Yeah.
And that's 3 little numbers over there.
Yeah.
300.
300. That's where the clock goes to. Of course, Audi traditionally will govern the car. It goes to 155 miles an hour, which is about 250 k's. But it could go a lot faster.
So essentially, the real test without a governor on the engine and on a closed circuit, you could theoretically get this car to 300 k's.
You could get very close, that's for sure. Yeah, very close.
And that's I guess what you're paying for.
Yeah, listen, you're paying for this magnificent engine. 296 horsepower in a car this size is phenomenally quick. Listen, Sportback comes with everything. So you've got the sunroof, you've got these lovely seats that
they're hugging and nice.
Fit all around you. I mean, it's really cool. So it's got every mod con of every single car. You've got to be able to justify in yourself to sit there and say, I want to spend that amount of money on one of the rocket ships on the car. Yeah. The problem is, even with the Sportback kit on it, are people really going to notice you?
I don't think so. I think it blends in with every other car on the road.
Yeah, the only time I think is you'll get to a traffic light and someone will come up behind you and see the S3 badge and go, ooh, okay, let's have a little bit of fun. And then you will have a tremendous amount of fun.
The practical side of it, there's 2 seats in the back, as we mentioned earlier. There's a fair amount of room. I'm looking at your driving position. You could get a fair size adult in the back there. With my size, I could still move forward here and be comfortable and have to have 2 people. So you could get 4 up quite easily. Let's go have a look at the boot and see what that is. But I mean, no big surprises really, eh?
No big surprises, but the engine is what you're buying.
630,000 Rand. It's from the Imperial collection. We go have a look at the boot and then we wrap up the S3.
Yes. I just want to see that thing go down.
Ooh.
Look at that. That's
Very
pretty.
clever. Very
That's
clever.
pretty.
This is a 630,000 Rand boot. It's a fair size. You could get shopping in here for a fatty like me.
Listen, I'm actually quite surprised. I'm pleasantly surprised at the size. Consider it's 4 doors, it's got 4 seats, and you could be relatively comfortable.
Yeah.
But I tell you, I think the boot size is actually quite good. You won't get a set of golf clubs in here.
Yes, you will. You just have to take out your drivers.
Yeah, you'll have to take out the drivers and put them on the back seat. Maybe you'll get a golf club, but it's actually quite a nice size. It's quite a nice size. And then it's got this thing over here, of course, which is for
Don't break it.
for where if something goes wrong.
What?
Yeah, you see.
Oh, there's a mathematical in
There
there.
we go. It's got that
Little like triangle.
the triangle thingy over there. It's got a little medical case as well.
Very nice.
And then you look at it. Yes, this distinguishes it differently to normal Audi A3 because it's got the Sportback bumper on it. But to me, this thing should be more brute.
Yeah, it should be more aggressive.
Lower suspension. It should maybe have racing lines in it or something to sit there and people say, "Wow, what is that?" It's a bit too plain for me.
We're not knocking this car. I'm certainly not. I think it's a beautiful car. And listen, if I could have it, I would. But I think what we're both trying to say is maybe they should have added an extra 20% more aggressiveness.
Yes.
A little bit more of a, and then it might be looking like 630,000 Rand at the moment. It looks like a puffy white marshmallow with 4 tailpipes and a 300 on the clock.
It'll do.
That's the Audi S3 from the Imperial collection, the corner of Bryanston Drive at William Nicol. You can get the car here or elsewhere, but they won't be as nice. And certainly you won't get this one, which we've sat in and farted on and stuff. Did you? No, it wasn't there.
It's very nice.
Very nice.